Good morning, my name is Joe Cashwell with Rotorcraft RC. Today's video is a continuation of the small grab-and-go cases we've been introducing. Now you've seen the 903, the 904, and the 905, but now we have another one coming out. We're gonna really like this one. So let's start off with the 903. Now this one doesn't have any components in it. I'm just trying to show you a size here. Very small, very, very petite. This is the one that we worked with Chris Rybert with 3D scale helicopters, and this has the 608 ISDT charger in it, but this does not have a power supply. It has a set of banana jacks and it will mooch off of another power supply. So if you have one of our larger cases with the mooch plugs on it, you can mooch this off of that. You can also run this off if your field has a solar charge station, or what a lot of pilots are doing is if they're flying those smaller class helis, they're running a LiPo, using a 6S LiPo to run this case. And you can get 6-7 charges out of a small pack out of one of your big 6S 5000s. So now this is the smallest case that we make that you can put a power supply in it. This is housed inside of the Nanook 904. This is once again the ISDT 608, but you can run a power supply off of AC power that's inside the case, or you can also run it off of a set of mooch plugs just like the 903, where you have a DC power supply or AC power supply. And then this was the third one that we came out with. This is the 905 case made by Nanook. It's a little bit deeper, gives us room to put a bigger power supply in that because this is a 300 watt ISDT charger in here. So this has a little bit more power consumption, so you're less likely gonna run it off of banana jacks unless you're running it off of one of your big cases. To run a 6S LiPo, to charge a big 6S LiPo is kind of like moving sideways. But if you have like a 10,000 milliamp pack or a pair of 10,000 milliamp packs, man, this case would really sing off that. But this one is designed more to have an AC power supply inside of it and to be putting AC power into it to run it. Well, here is the next in the line of grab-and-go cases. Now this will be the largest grab-and-go case that we have. This has two Q6 chargers inside of it, two of them, which are 300 watts apiece. Now this comes in a little bit larger cases, the Nanook 920, which is normally the smallest case that we make, the hobbyist cases, like the guys that fly helicopters and airplanes. It's not that big of a case, but for the grab-and-go cases, this will be our largest. Now as compared to our 905 Q6 case, because this one's gonna house two chargers inside of it, we technically have to separate this into two power supplies. Now we could run one big Meanwell power supply in here to run both chargers. That's real easy to do. But then you start driving the cost way up, and we're trying to make these as cost efficient as possible for an FPV type kind of client or drone client, or somebody has foamy helicopter or foamy airplanes or small helicopters or boats or cars or something like that. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to make all these very compact. And the reason why this one starts getting a little bit larger in the case is because we bump up to 80 millimeter fans. The other cases are running one 60 millimeter fan, and the smaller case has one 40 millimeter fan in it. And then the smallest case has an option to put a fan in if you want to. Gets kind of confusing after a while. But we need to be able to move air through this, because with two 300 watt chargers, you're gonna get a lot of heat building up inside this case. This is designed to have two Meanwell LRS 350 watt power supplies inside of it. And we're gonna go ahead and show you those. So our Q6 case that we have over there in the 905 takes a 350 watt power supply, which will really power a 300 watt charger all the way to the max, and still have some left over for fans and USBs and stuff like that. Even LEDs if you want to put LEDs in it. This case, running dual chargers, we're going to run dual power supplies. Now we're isolating the power supplies from each other. We're not running them in series or parallel or anything like that. We're going to have one running one charger and one running the other charger. Simplicity. If you start getting into all the other crazy wiring and stuff like that, you run into some issues. If we try to run these together to be able to run off of one single mooch, you start running into problems. We have to put like an 80 amp diode in here with a heat sink, and now you're jumping the price up by another 50 bucks. So we're trying to make this as cost effective as possible, very easy for the end user to be able to assemble it. Now, remember, all these grab and go cases, they're all designed for you to use your charger that you already own. If you don't own one, you just simply throw it in the cart on our website as you buy the second one or third one or whatever you want to do. But whatever items that you want to put inside the case, you just throw them in the cart and buy everything one time, and we ship it all together. So now we're going to go ahead and show you a case that's partially assembled. Now this is technically our case that we've built with the Q6 Duo, or Duo Q6s. And we really like this. It went together very well. Now, on our first video of the 904 that we built, we said that the first 10 people at bottom, we were gonna send a wire kit, which you have to assemble inside of yourself, and the balance boards and the balance cables. Now, we went ahead and decided to do the first 50 people that purchase any size case. Because if we did 10 on one case, 10 on another, 10 on the third, then it starts getting confusing for us to figure out who in the world has purchased what and what number of what cases have gone out. I know I can log into the website and look at it, but we've had a couple other companies that have purchased cases from us that are selling them on their website. So we just decided first 50 cases, no matter which size of the grab and goes, the 903, the 904, the 905, and the 920 grab and go, we're just going to throw in the balance cable, and the wiring, and problem solved. Now this deck, this one's going in the case, and this one is shipping to David Spare Parts Stockdale. Did I say his name right? Stockdale. I got to look on my whiteboard over there. David actually caught us. As Memorial Day weekend, I did a quick drawing on the computer of the layout of this, and we've made a couple changes, because if y'all follow me on Facebook, you realize I had a little issue with clearance on the inside of the case. But this is actually the first one that we've caught on the revised drawing. The other one went into the trash. It was funny. I'm not a robot. I do make mistakes. I just throw them in the trash and you never see them. But David caught us on Facebook when we were posting pictures of this, and he goes, "Let me know when that thing's ready, man. I want it." He's getting number one. So look on our website at www.rotorcraftrc.com. This case will be on there pretty soon. I'm wiring up David's for this video, and we're going to go ahead and do a bunch of snippets and stuff like that, showing you how to assemble it. And once we get this thing shipped to David, then I'm going to go ahead and work on getting some of these cut, and then we can put on the website and people can start buying them. I hope you enjoyed the video of watching us put this thing together. We had a lot of fun designing this one. Like I said, it was a big mistake, and if you follow our Facebook on Rotorcraft, you know what the mistake was. I screwed a pooch on this one. But anyways, we had a good time building this. David, I hope you enjoyed this case. It is Monday morning. What are you doing over there? It's Monday morning, and we'll be shipping this thing out to David today so he can have it by this weekend for the races. Y'all have a great day. Keeping you in charge. And you. Your lens is on the bottom. You need to be careful you don't get your finger in front of it. Hold your fingers up. There you go. Good morning. My name is Joe Cashwell with Rotorcraft RC. Today's video